Hey guys, it's Tim. I'm with my beautiful wife, sassy wife,
What? Please don't call me sassy.
Adrienne.
Hello.
We are continuing our recap of our Disney World trip. We are now on part 3, which we are going to be talking about our Animal Kingdom day and our Epcot day.
And our Epcot day. And we had a rest day in the middle. We can just touch on what we did. It's not like it's anything too interesting, but
Yeah.
yeah.
So the babies, we're doing this during the day, which
Yeah,
is
a
new.
little different.
A little different.
Usually do it after the kids go to bed.
Yeah, so instead of drinks, we still have drinks, but
Starbucks.
Starbucks.
Join some Starbucks while the baby naps.
Yeah, baby's sleeping. Big kids are at grandma's and grandpa's. And so we're ready to get our podcast on.
Oh my God. Okay.
So,
Don't say too many obnoxious things because you're the one who doesn't want to have to edit that too much.
That's true. So our last one was Hollywood Studios.
Yes, which was a better day overall. Few disappointments like the Indiana Jones show and stuff, but we'll get into that later.
Yeah.
Later, future day, because we did go back to Hollywood Studios for half a day later in the trip. So going into Animal Kingdom, so this was day 3, we were getting a better hang of Genie Plus. When we were having dinner at Hollywood Studios, I was just talking to another mom, and we were saying it was our first time at Disney World, and they went all the time. Animal Kingdom was their favorite, and so she was saying to get a Genie Plus selection for the safari, right away, because it can get busy real quick, and then later in the day when it's warmer, the animals might not be as active and all that. And the safari was the main thing because of Noah, our son, who just loves animals, and he was most excited about Animal Kingdom. So we had not planned on getting Genie Plus this day. We were like, there's not that many. Expedition Everest was down.
Yeah.
Which stunk because I really wanted to do it.
Apparently it's still down.
It opened. No, it opened.
I saw a
No,
thing.
I just watched someone went on it today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I am wrong.
You are wrong. I just watched someone went on it today. It opened a couple days ago, last week, something like that. So I was super bummed about that. But really, the only big rides, it was Flight of Passage, the Safari, and that's kind of it. Flight of Passage is individual Lightning Lane, and so is Everest, but Everest was down.
Yeah.
So we were, and then there's the ride Dinosaur, some not as Navi River Journey. So we weren't planning on getting Genie Plus because we were just going to buy individual Lightning Lane for Flight of Passage. But that other mom stressed me out. And this is something that I don't like about the whole Genie Plus system, which I talked about in our Genie Plus episode. It's then I was so stressed out that, we weren't going to, because we were planning on just rope dropping the safari.
Yeah.
And I got all stressed out, and I was worried that Noah wasn't going to see any animals, and I was just so I was we should just get it. We should just get it. And so we did. Shout out to, on Instagram, it's WDW Prep School. And I'm just learning about all these Disney travel agent companies that people work for. So I'm not sure if she's a travel agent or if she just if this is her own thing. I'm not too clear on it, but she gives really great tips for Disney World, and they have a blog too. So they had and have posts about suggestions on what is the word? Prioritizing
the order of which ones you get.
Yeah. So should you buy at 7 a.m. So this is for Disney World at 7 a.m. when you can get your selections for that day. Should you do your individual Lightning Lane first? Should you purchase your individual Lightning Lane first? Or should you go for your first Genie Plus selection first? So depending on which park, it changes. Like Hollywood Studios, for example, Slinky Dog Dash is just a Genie Plus selection, but they recommend going for that first, then selecting your individual Lightning Lane for Rise or whatever, because the times fill up. Like for us, Slinky Dog Dash, we got on right at 7. The return time said like 9 a.m., but by the time you hit it at when it said 9 a.m.
Put in your credit card info and all that kind of stuff.
Well, not for Slinky Dog because you don't have to pay individual.
Well, yeah, to confirm like your time and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so by the time it processes, our return time was 6 p.m.
Yeah.
So I was really worried about that for the safari. I just wanted it first thing in the morning, and we were only planning on doing like half day at Animal Kingdom because we've heard that like you don't really need a full day. There's not as much to do. So, but yeah, check them out on Instagram, WDW Prep School, especially if you're going to Disney World, because she has like, not PDFs, but I can't think of it. But
like stories on their Instagram.
Stories, but then you can go to the blog and see these posts and like see, they'll say what rides to try to get first, whether that's Genie Plus selection or your individual Lightning Lane, what rides you should try to do in the middle of the day, at the end of the day. Like she like breaks it all down. So, for Disney World. So yeah, shout out to them because they had just posted one about Animal Kingdom like a couple days before. So she suggested for Animal Kingdom to get Safari first, then purchase Flight of Passage, I believe. Or maybe it was the other way around. Now I don't remember. But anyways, we did whatever they suggested.
No, I think that's what it was. It was Safari first and then Flight of Passage.
Yeah, because we were worried about Flight of Passage like being, way later or selling out or whatever, because we really wanted to do that. And that was the individual Lightning Lane. But so 7 a.m., you got Safari for like 8:30 or something like that.
Yeah, it was like right away.
So the park opened at 8. We could do early magic hour at 7:30. And
yeah, we got there about 7:50. I have a video of us going through the gates at 7:53.
Yeah, I have a picture of Boston running at 7:51 towards the park.
Yeah.
Which this was cool too because we stayed at Animal Kingdom Lodge, and so the ride was like 5 minutes on the shuttle. So it was easy to get there for magic hour.
Yeah.
And like right away, just like walking in, there's so many trees. It's like you're in a forest. It's like you're in a rainforest, kind of, you're walking up the path through the hill, and it was just so pretty. So I was getting excited. And then when you come around, so you get to the top of the hill and come around a corner, and, you see the Tree of Life, which is awesome.
It's really cool.
It was so cool. Yeah. And it's huge.
It's very different from everything else, from
yeah.
The castles or, the Hollywood Boulevard and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. And I remember when Animal Kingdom opened and seeing it on TV and then talking about, the Tree of Life and everything. And
The Wonderful World of Disney on ABC Sunday nights or Saturday nights.
No, Sunday.
Or maybe it was Sunday nights. It was one of those days.
Yeah. When we just looked it up. When did the park open again? I'm trying to think
I believe it was in the 90s.
How old we were.
Or was it 2000s?
No, I think, what is it, like 98? We were I was like 12.
April 22nd, 1998.
April 22nd. So almost, that's almost April 22nd.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I remember seeing it. So it was just really cool, to see it in person. And like all the animal carvings in it. Oh, where did we see? Now I got to look it up. I should have looked this up before, but there was like how many animals are in the tree. I'm going to give you a little quiz.
Okay. So we walked around and, usually what we do, we like to take pictures first thing, just because
before I get sweaty and my makeup falls off.
That and just the
it's actually
kids.
Not true. My makeup lasts all day.
Because the kids are more cooperative, in the morning.
Yeah, before they get tired.
Before they get tired and hungry and all that kind of stuff. So we took a whole bunch of pictures at the Tree of Life. And shout out to cast member Rusty.
Rusty. He was awesome.
Rusty from Twin Falls, Idaho, if you're listening. Thank you for, taking our pictures and giving us all the good tips.
Yes, he gave us good tips. And he was just so fun with the boys and just took some fun pictures with them. And
took it wasn't just like, okay, come here, take pictures. Okay, we're done. But he took the time with us
went the extra mile.
And just even with because Noah hates having sun in his eyes when we take pictures.
So most pictures, he is either pouting or eyes are squinting and he's covering his eyes in most family pictures.
And Rusty, saw this and so let's go over here. So we moved over to the side where we're in the shade, but could still get good pictures, and so he was very cooperative.
And a lot of the cast members that do pictures are great, but I've also we had one later in the trip at Magic Kingdom that didn't even speak to us, and we tried to make conversation, and he did not say a word to us, which is unusual. But yeah, Rusty was awesome. He was awesome. He told us about some other picture spots. He told us that when you go, so here's a hot tip.
Tip coming in.
For the safari, Kilimanjaro Safari, he said ask to sit in the back row. Because when you're in the back row, you're in, this big Jeep, so it's all open. So no one is behind you, and it's just a way better view. So obviously you can still see in front, and you can see out the sides, but you can turn around. And one time I turned around, there's nothing behind you. You're at the very end of the truck, and there was a giraffe coming out. The driver didn't even, the guy didn't even see him. We were just driving past, and I turned around and noticed wow, we have this huge, humongous view behind us, no one around. And this giraffe was walking towards the truck, out from some trees. So if you go, ask, and we just asked when we got up to the line to the rows where they put you in the row, we just said hey, can we sit in the back row? And so thank you, Rusty. So after we took pictures with him, it was time for our Genie Plus, and we went over. Oh, okay, Tree of Life.
Okay.
So, how many animal? Oh, well, this just says over this many. It doesn't give me an exact. Okay, but how many about do you think? Here we go.
50. 50 animals.
Okay, so I'm seeing a couple. Okay. I see a couple things, so I'm just going to say it's about 325.
What?
So they're saying over 300. Then I see one that says 325, and then I see one that says over 325. So it's over 300.
That's crazy.
Isn't that insane?
That's insane.
Yeah. So yeah, Tree of Life is just really. I really, really, really liked it. I thought it was so cool. So then we headed over to the safari. Asked for the back. We did. So we had the Genie Plus. So we got to go in the lightning lane. Waited maybe 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It was pretty much right on.
But there was already getting a big line
for standby.
I think it was I don't know. I think it was at least a half an hour. Mm-hmm. I think by the time we got there.
And this was early magic hour, so the park hadn't even opened to general public yet. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so the safari is really cool. I really like that the tour guide, is giving you all these animal facts, which Noah loved because he loves animal facts. And that's actually what he wants to do now. When he grows up, that's what he wants to do for work. He wants to be.
Oh, he wants to work at the.
He wants to be the tour guide on the Kilimanjaro Safari at Disney World. Cool. Which he would be excellent at, and he would just get to drive it over and over and see the animals over and over. So I'm trying to think of what.
It was
hard. It was huh?
That means you have to move to Florida.
Well, then I'll follow him. it was hard because it's like there was like that balance of like not wanting to be behind your phone and taking pictures, but also wanting to take pictures. Like I always struggle with that. But first thing we saw was some okapi, which that was cool. Mm-hmm. They were pretty far off. But we saw okapi, a hippo. Was there a baby? Is that a baby hippo? Or just a young hippo? I don't know what this is. You're taking a... Is it crocodile? Alligators? Were there alligators?
I think there were.
I'll post some of these.
There's some wild African dog.
Yeah.
They thought the boys thought they were hyenas. And
I'll post a couple pictures that I took, like looking out the back of the truck, just so you can see what I mean when I say like your view is so good.
Some Asian elephants.
What is in here? See, that's the thing. It's like, and you're moving. I'm trying to take a picture, but like, can't even see. Zebra, obviously, giraffe, lots of giraffe.
But
there was a cheetah, but it was like up. It was laying down, like in the distance. I just saw someone today went on, and the cheetah was like walking around. So there's cheetah, obviously lions. The lions were out laying, the lions are always asleep. But it was cool. It was like we got to see. Oh, I even have a picture of the giraffe coming out of the trees.
Oh, nice.
You can barely see it. It kind of blends in with the trees. You'll have to zoom in, but it was really cool. Yeah, so the lions were out. They have a male lion. They had a couple female lions. I was so excited that the lions were like... And he was sitting up. He was laying down, but he had his head up. Because when we go to our local zoo, the lion is just always, dead asleep. And it's Noah's favorite animal. And he's like, I just want to see him move. And we did a month ago we were there, and we saw him move for like a second. But so he was at least sitting up and looking around. So Noah got to see that. And he was on Noah's side of the truck.
Yeah.
So he was like close to him. So that was cool. I'm looking at a picture of his sweet little face, all excited. Rhino. So yeah, I mean, how long? Let's see. How long was it? 8:49 a.m. We're still on, but we're close to the end here, I think, because that's with the lions. Lions were close to the end. So that was 8:49. We got on at 8:31. So that's like at least a 20-minute ride. Like it's like 25-minute, 30-minute ride.
Yeah, it was pretty long.
It's a tour, so. Oh, I'm just looking. So on our way to the safari, I forgot about this, but I'm looking at my pictures. We were walking over this bridge, and they have like a river that runs through the park. And they have these little rafts that float on the river with characters on them.
Oh, yeah.
And when we were walking across, it was Pocahontas and Meeko. And I got super excited and like screamed out Meeko and started waving to him like I was 8 years old again. Because Meeko was like my favorite. When Pocahontas came out, Meeko was like my favorite character.
Yeah.
Also, I get excited when I see characters like Pocahontas that aren't around as much. They have them out more now, but like, 10, 15 years ago, you didn't see like Pocahontas or Mulan or what's the other one that I was like, oh, you didn't see that? Mary Poppins, you didn't even see that much. Yeah. Now you see some of those characters more. Pocahontas, I think I was waving at her. She waved back at me, but really I was more excited about Meeko. So, yeah. A little fangirl moment. All right, so after the safari... We gotta pick this up because we gotta go to Epcot too.
Yeah.
What you guys did, like Dinosaur. You guys got a Genie Plus for Dinosaur. The boys really liked it. I didn't go. I just got coffee and got G down for a nap. Walked her around. We walked through the...
Yeah, I mean...
Oh, we saw Kevin. They have Kevin.
Oh, yeah, so Kevin
fun.
From Up. Yeah. I'm trying to...
5-year-old had a meltdown. I'm trying to pick this up because we got 2 parks to do.
But I like Dinosaur. I know some people, like, it's not as popular. I didn't know what to expect. It's like, I didn't know what I was writing. And I figured out it was based off the movie called Dinosaur. That was, but not the Pixar movie, That's the good Dinosaur. This one was like from the mid-2000s.
It was pretty lame, if I
recall.
It
was a bust. But it's based off of that. But the ride mechanics are like Indiana Jones. So you get in Indiana Jones at Disneyland. So you get in a truck that looks exactly like the Jeep from Indiana Jones and the Temple of the Forbidden Eye, and it's almost the exact same, except instead of going through like a temple, you're going back in time to find like a specific dinosaur, but it's all dark, so you don't see anything except for like, because you go back in time to right before all the dinosaurs get extinct. So there's like flashes of light, and so it was like it was actually pretty scary. I was because I was sitting next to Boston, and I was worried that he was going to get upset, but he liked it.
He
thought
liked
it was
it.
fun.
Yeah, he wanted to go on it again later in the day, and I was going to take him since I didn't get to go on it. And that's when we discovered that you cannot do a Genie Plus selection more than once in a day. So we didn't get to go on it because at that point, then the ride was like 45 minutes and wait, and we didn't have that time. But so yeah, so you guys did that. I walked around with Georgia. I took the boys on the like Triceratops spin in the dino. What's that land called?
Dino USA.
Yeah, it felt very much like a little carnival.
Yeah.
It was like Dumbo, but you're on Triceratops. It was, it was okay. Mm-hmm. We walked around the Tree of Life after that and saw some of the animals. They had a baby kangaroo.
Yeah.
Which was adorable.
Yeah.
They had some lemurs. I know they have like gorillas and stuff. We didn't get over to that. It kind of felt like similar to like a San Diego Zoo feel, like how if you've ever been in San Diego Zoo, it's very hilly. Animal Kingdom wasn't that hilly, but it did have hills, but a little more well, I mean, it had, I think it could definitely use more Disney. Like, I feel like they missed out on a huge opportunity to make like tons of Lion King stuff in the Africa area. Mm-hmm. Like, we didn't get to do Festival of the Lion King, which I was bummed about. But kind of like a zoo with a few rides and some touches of Disney.
Yeah.
Like it's, like they had tigers. We didn't get over that.
Yeah.
We tried
to,
but they were closed.
They closed right at 5:00,
and we were there at 5:01.
Yeah. Yeah.
Super bummed because Boston's favorite animal is a tiger. But walking through the Tree of Life was cool. Then we did.
And then our lightning lane for I just lost all my pictures, or lost my place. Was Flight of Passage.
Well, no, but we did a Bugs.
We did Tough to Be a Bug.
Tough to Be a Bug.
Which was fun.
That's a 3D show. It's in the Tree of Life.
4D. It's a 4D show.
4D. And that's super fun.
Yeah.
It's...
Did they have that at Disneyland?
No.
They had some... I mean, California Adventure. They had a show in the Bugs Land in California Adventure. There was a Bugs Life show.
There was?
Yeah, there's a theater.
Where?
Where you're walking down towards Pixar Pier, where you have the waterfall on the right. So and then right at the entrance right there was a theater right there.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that was the same show.
That it? I'm looking it up.
Let's see. Yeah, it's Tough to Be a Bug, California Adventure.
No way, and we never did it there?
We never did it there.
Oh my gosh. We never did it there. I don't know why. We totally missed out. So maybe you have done it. Obviously, it's not there anymore.
Yeah, it's Tough to Be a Bug is a show based on Pixar movie, A Bug's Land, and A Bug's Land in Disney California Adventure.
So bummed we never did it there.
Yeah.
Because obviously now it's gone. Super fun. Sorry if you missed out on it in Disneyland, like we did. But
well, it's like
it's totally worth it.
Disneyland, the shows aren't as popular.
I don't feel like they are, and I'm like, or do we just not know about them? Because again, another shout out to someone. Once we booked our trip in the few months that between booking and going, I binged a podcast. Binge listen to. So if you're going to Disney World, I highly recommend the Disney World is Awesome podcast. So it's 3 dads that love Disney World, and they are friends, and they talk about it. And
We're giving them a shout out because they gave us a shout out.
They did give us a shout out,
which was pretty cool.
It was pretty exciting. The boys were really excited because, again,
Thanks,
anytime we were in the car, in like the month and a half before, we were listening to their podcast. We were going back in time and like catching up because they're not travel agents or anything, but they love it and they go often, and so they gave really good tips, and they all kind of have different opinions and different things they like. So it was like a good feel to get like, what we wanted to do. So they talk a lot about the shows. And so then it just makes me wonder, like, have we just never really been into the shows at Disneyland?
Well, there's not as many at Disneyland.
Yeah, there's not as many. Well, but that's what we thought. And then we just realized there was one there the whole time, and we didn't even know it was there.
Well, I knew it was there, but we never really did it.
I didn't realize that like Mickey's PhilharMagic is at Disneyland. It's in California Adventure.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't realize that we did it in Disney World, and you were like, yeah, this isn't Disneyland, this is in California Adventure. I didn't even know that.
Well, I think it's relatively new.
Oh, is it? It's where the Frozen sing-along was, right? I think that's what you said.
I believe so, yeah.
And Muppets was there for a while. I never did that. So I've just never really done them, so I kind of wonder, we've never been into them.
Well, they leave Disneyland. Like, they go away. But they stay at Disney World.
Yes, they seem like permanent fixtures at Disney World. Yeah, that's true. But yeah, the boys loved it. I fed Georgia during because I was like, she's going to be scared. So she just ate and she was good.
So we did that. Did we eat lunch after that? Or did we leave?
I don't remember where. We ate lunch. That place on the corner by Africa. It was on its way to Pandora. We got some pizza and it was good.
Yeah, we were just like, we need to eat something. Like
we were so hungry.
Just pick a closest restaurant and just pick something there.
And it was good though.
Yeah.
And then we went into
Pandora,
and we did Flight of Passage. So I took Jack and Noah first. Really had no idea what to expect on this one. Like, I have only seen Avatar once all the way through in the theater 12 years ago when it came out. I was pregnant with our oldest, Jack, when we saw it.
It's on Disney Plus now. Maybe we should watch it.
Yeah. I was never super into it. And then I've seen bits and pieces, I think, when you watched it a few times after that.
Yeah.
And like I'd like see bits of it and then like go do something else because I just wasn't super into it. But I just heard that the ride itself, was really cool. So we had Lightning Lane. So I take the boys. We did actually have to wait a little bit, but that's just because there was some kind of issue with some people in the line before us. They were like trying to figure out, they were just asking a lot of questions. And so it just took a little while. But nothing horrible. But I did hear, there was someone, a little ahead of us in a wheelchair, and they were asking the cast member like about certain things of the ride so that to know if they could, handle it or not.
Yeah.
And I had to like plug my ears because the cast member starts like, well, you do this. And I was like, no, I don't want to hear because I don't want to know. I want to be told.
Yeah.
Because it's so rare that I go on a ride that I don't know what to expect. So if we've gone to Disneyland so many times, we go all the time, new rides don't open that often.
Yeah.
And so it's like very rare that I'm surprised by a ride, So, like, Noah wanted to listen. He was like, I want to know what to expect. And I was like, I don't. Like, I want to be totally surprised. And it's like, so I'm not going to give anything away in case any of you listening get to go and have never ridden it because I don't like spoilers.
Yeah.
All I will say is that I am not a huge Avatar fan, but at one point, I was emotional, teary-eyed, like a little more than teary-eyed, not like streaming down my face, but like had a couple tears because it was so amazing.
Yeah, it was pretty
And
cool.
I'm not an Avatar fan. Not like I hate it, but it's like it doesn't mean anything to me.
Yeah. It's like, how did they do that?
And we got off, we came to you, and I just said, I was like, that was probably the most amazing ride I've ever been on in my life.
Yeah.
Like, or experience. Like, it's incredible. So even if you're like, oh, I don't really like Avatar, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like,
and you don't need to know about Avatar
no, there's
to
not like
ride it.
They give you a little.
There's like
a
an
little
intro,
bit of like
yeah.
immersive experience, kind of like Rise of the Resistance, where
Yeah.
it's like they give you a little bit of a storyline before. So that's all you need to know. Like if you pay attention to the little intro part,
Yeah.
you'll be fine.
Yeah.
You know, because I don't remember anything about that movie.
Yeah.
Like really.
Well, I did know some things were turned off, like in the line, because I know when you're going it before you get into the room where it's like that you can, you know, where it tracks your movements and stuff. Well, you're going down a hallway, and there's supposed to be a window, like you're looking into the lab, and there's supposed to be an avatar in like those liquid chambers, like it's supposed to be like floating there.
Yeah.
I've seen that like in online and other stuff, and that was turned off because you're supposedly able to tap on the window and it reacts to tapping on it, but I didn't see that there. But yeah, so then I went on when you got back. I went on with Boston, and I was worried about how he was going to react because he is the 5-year-old, and
Yeah, I mean, he loves rides, though. I was a little, because I'll give this away. You sit on it kind of like a bike,
yeah,
like a motorcycle.
and then it has like supports that holds you in place.
Yeah, so you kind of lean forward, and then the supports come up behind you. And I will say, if you are super claustrophobic, that might be a little tough for you. Like when even like roller coasters where the harness comes down over your head, I have to like not think about it, because I could panic because I'm like, what if this breaks and I can't get out? And I always have to like think, can I squeeze out of here? Don't think about it. Don't think. So when the like restraints came up behind, they come up behind your legs, like on your calves, and then one comes up behind your back, and I felt a little trapped for like a sec. I was like, okay, just this is gonna be good. It's okay. And I was looking at the two boy. I'm like, you guys okay? And Jack was kind of like, yeah. And then they said something like, if you are dizzy or if you get dizzy, like thing. And Jack has a tendency or is prone to passing out.
Yeah.
If he feels pain, if he gets dehydrated, he gets just dizzy easily with those two things. And all I was thinking, I was like, okay, how much water has he had today? He's had water, right? Oh my gosh, is he going to pass out in the middle of this ride? Like, and then it started, and we were good.
Yeah,
but,
I haven't been on any ride at a Disney ride that had so many like warnings. Like this ride had a lot of warnings. Like if you get like this or if you like this, and, it definitely had a lot of warnings because it's so unique.
Yeah.
But so I went on with Boston, and he just wasn't giving me like any cues. Like is he feeling like nervous? Is he scared? But the biggest problem he had were the glasses, the 3D glasses.
That's right.
They were too big for his face, and so they kept falling off. And we get in there and we get on the ride. And we waited probably a good 10 or 15 minutes before the ride even started. So we're sitting there on the ride with the supports on us, like push on it, and just
I
like
wouldn't have liked
I thought it broke down, and then they were going to be like, okay, you're going to have to come back later. But it eventually did start. And then he started making like, woo, yeah. So I knew he was doing good. But then the glasses kept falling off his face. So I had to like turn and like put him on. Well, part of it was his mask. His mask over his nose was causing the glasses to fall down. Yeah. So I kind of cheated and pulled his mask down under his nose a little bit so they would stay on. But yeah, it was pretty incredible. It's just like how do they do that? It's just it's insane.
Yeah, it was really, really cool.
So highly recommend.
It's worth
paying
individual
for.
But also if you don't want to, it would be worth a standby line. Like it would be worth waiting for an hour and a half.
Yeah,
I'd wait for it.
Yeah, well, and that's another thing is like these standby lines. When you get a Genie Plus and Lightning Lane, you're missing out on stuff in the line because they usually in the lines, the regular standby lines, they make it interactive to the point to where it doesn't feel like you're in line for so long because there's things to do, things to see, so
Right.
you miss out on a lot of the theming.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
but so we went on that, and then we took a break.
Yeah,
I
we went
believe,
back to the
since we were so
hotel.
close.
Yeah. Maybe we tried to put Georgia down for a nap, I think. I don't really remember. But we just kind of just to have some downtime.
Yeah.
Just like lay in the room and just it wasn't even that long, just maybe let's see.
It was a few hours.
It was like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Because like I have a picture like around 2:00 of Georgia still in the park, and then we're back in the park at like 4:50.
Yeah.
So we only went back for like 2 hours.
Yeah. And at this point is when my foot started having issues.
Well, we did because Animal Kingdom, I believe. I don't know what I do on average. Well, on average, probably not that much because I'm at home. But we did over 17,000 steps.
Yeah, I'm looking at my calendar here.
So, like, I don't even know, like, on average Disney
think
day,
that
Disneyland
was-
day, I feel like we do, like, 10 to 11. And I did over 17, which I usually have more steps than you because I'm short, you're tall, and I have to, like, double it up to keep up with you.
Yeah, I did 18,527 steps that day.
Okay, so maybe mine was around that, too, because mine's usually,
We walked about 9 miles that
Yeah.
day.
yeah. And, like, when we got back in, we were like, okay, let's go see the tigers. First, we were like, let's go do dinosaurs. Boston was having a hard time.
Yeah.
And we had to convince him for something earlier to not do something. I don't remember. And we were like, hey, later we'll do dinosaur, okay? Like, we'll
Yeah.
do it because he really liked it. And I was like, hey, I didn't get to do it. So when we come back in, I'll do dinosaur with you. Get back in. Oh, no, you can't do Genie Plus selection for it a second time. And the wait was like 45 minutes and it was around dinner time. So we were like, darn it. Well, now we have to tell him we're not doing that. Okay, we'll go see the tigers because that's his favorite animal. We walk up to Asia, which was hilly
Yeah.
and quite a walk. Get there at 5:01. It closes at 5. We were like, oh my gosh. Like,
Yeah.
earlier the day had been good up to that point, and,
Yeah.
and then just when we went back in the evening, things just weren't working out. So then after that, we walked over. We caught like the end of the Kite Tales show.
Yeah.
We didn't go sit for it. We were just walking by it, where you can see like they have this huge outdoor auditorium arena type thing. And on the water where they do the show, and we were just kind of standing along the path watching it. I don't think I'd like wait for it.
Yeah, I
They're
mean, it was-
humongous kites. People on jet skis pulling these kites. It was neat because it was like Lion King characters, so Noah liked it. But like, they were totally fine just watching it as we were walking down
Yeah,
the
yeah.
path. Saw some monkeys. Went to dinner.
We got some delicious hot dogs.
That was the hot dog time. We don't need to talk about it again.
I think that's how we got Boston, because he loves hot dogs.
Yes,
So
we're gonna get a hot dog.
We're gonna get hot dogs. He's like, okay. But yeah, at this time my foot
So yeah,
was hurting so bad. I'm like, okay, I think I just pulled a muscle in my foot or something. But like it was like sharp shooting, burning pain in my heel calf area. I was like, oh man, what's going on? I think I just need rest.
Yeah, so we were like, well, tomorrow's the rest day. You can
Yeah.
rest it. So that's when it started.
Yeah.
So then after dinner, we had
A Genie Plus.
a Genie Plus for Navi River Journey.
Yeah. I wanted to see Pandora at night because I always heard
yeah.
like Pandora is like amazing at night.
Which
You
was
got
it
to
was
see-
pretty.
It was
It
cool.
has all the black light.
The bioluminescence, they call it.
So that was pretty. Navi River Journey, the ride is beautiful. Mm-hmm. It's
It is.
beautiful. Standby wait times are typically an hour plus. Like, what is it right now? Is the park open still? Yeah.
Yeah.
We're West Coast, so. So I'm expecting this amazing ride, like, because the wait time is always really long. The ride lasts maybe 5 minutes, maybe.
If that.
If that. And I kept waiting. Oh, this is just the beginning. This is just the intro. Okay, the story's coming, or a drop is coming. Because I knew it wasn't a fast ride. But even like Pirates, you know, you have the drop, which you have the drop because you need to go down because it's under.
It's 50 minutes right now.
50 minutes, so almost an hour.
Yeah.
Almost an hour. It I don't even know. It's beautiful. You go through this. It's not even a scene. It's just like the plants and the foliage.
Yeah,
That's all glowing and pretty.
Yeah.
And then you come across this humongous avatar guy who's singing, and you think, oh, okay, this must be the beginning. And then it ends.
Yeah.
It's nothing. It's nothing. You just go through and you see all these glowing, pretty plants, and then it ends. So it's... Okay. I could see it being enjoyable on a hot day if it was like 10 minutes long and it just being like, kind of like what Small World is sometimes, you know, it's like hot. Yeah. Oh, we're going to just go sit and relax and like it's nice and cool in there. And it's beautiful, but it's only a few minutes. And also, Small World is never, I shouldn't say never, but Small World's usually pretty quick wait.
Yeah.
You know, like where this one is like usually averaging an hour or more. So if it was like a 15-minute wait, okay.
Yeah.
It's hot out. Let's just go sit for like 5 to 10 minutes on this pretty relaxing ride. But no, you're waiting over an hour on average for like a 3-minute ride of nothing.
Yeah. It was...
But again, it's scenery-wise, it's beautiful, but that's it. Like it's so...
It seemed like the Imagineers were just like showing off like, hey, look what we can do.
It's pretty.
But they didn't think about story or or thrill or anything like that. Yeah. You know, as opposed to like Frozen Ever After.
Oh well,
ride.
We'll get into that.
We'll get that. It's
coming up.
But
yeah. So then we were like, all right, we're good. Let's go back. We didn't want to, be in too late. Tree of Life at night. Awesome. Like, I'm so glad we went back in because I was like, I've heard things that like,
happy accident.
One of the reasons we went back in is I was like, maybe we should go back and rest instead of ending our day early and just going back to the park around 3. We went back around, or 4, we went back around 2 so we could come back in at night because I was like, I've heard that Animal Kingdom's really cool at night.
Yeah.
And it was like, Tree of Life was so beautiful lit up. And I think it's just for the 50th that they have the show on the tree. They have... Right? Or is that all the time?
No, that's just for the 50th.
Oh, such a bummer.
It's the the enchantment, I believe.
Like, I don't know if there's something else they do like normally. It's so cool. Like they had, scenes projected on the tree. It looked like one of the animals, like a deer on the tree. They made the carvings, like they make it look like it comes to life. And then there's this like animated scene with this deer, like. And then they had a Lion King scene.
Yeah.
I'll post some pictures of that too. It doesn't do it justice. But it was so cool. Like
I have a recording of the Lion King one.
Oh my gosh. You know what I realized the other day? Speaking of recordings, you never posted that Paris Twitter fireworks show.
Right. Yeah,
so
I need to do that.
We need to do that too.
Yeah.
But I have in my photos. I took a screen grab of the Walt Disney World Prep School post of which one should you book first and it has like Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Hollywood, Genie Plus. I think they've updated them since. But I have a screen grab right in the middle of all my Animal Kingdom pictures. But yeah, that like made like, cause I was like, after Dinosaur didn't work out for a second time and then we didn't get to see the tigers, and then I had a nasty hot dog for dinner, and then Navi River Journey was a disappointment. I was just like, are you kidding me? I just want a treat, and I want to go back. But the Tree of Life and the show on it made it 100%. Like, it was beautiful. Again, it made me tear up. Like, it was so cool. But I could not find a treat.
Yeah, we had to go.
So my thing is, I always get a treat at night in the parks and right before we leave. Like, I need a treat. Mm-hmm. I don't think I had any treat that day at all.
Yeah.
Which I usually get multiple. I mean, I'll get like an afternoon, like, all right, it's time for a treat. I can feel myself dragging. I need like a, ice cream sandwich, Mickey something, and then at night I get something. I couldn't find anything.
Because a lot of the restaurants and stuff were closing.
Yeah, but there wasn't like a confectionery, like...
Cats are getting on
stuff.
Cats
getting in the kitchen cabinet. Like, there's on Main Street, like, tons. And then there's churro carts everywhere. Like, I couldn't find anything in Animal Kingdom. And I get grumpy when I don't get a treat. So that stunk. But after the Tree of Life show and everything, I was like, oh, forget it. Well, I'll just get something back. Because there was at the hotel at the resort, there was the, like, restaurant. And I was like, I can get something there. Also, another missed opportunity I was super bummed about is I had been telling Noah not to pick out a souvenir for the first 2 days, even though he was seeing like Star Wars stuff he wanted in Hollywood Studios because he loves Lion King. And I was like, we're going to Animal Kingdom tomorrow. Like, there's got to be something. There was nothing.
I know.
Like, and I kept asking all the shops had like the same exact thing. And I kept asking, like, is there anything like Lion King? Do you have any like Lion King merchandise or souvenir? And they were just like, oh yeah, over there. And it was like a hat or something. Like it wasn't like, I was like, wow, there's a missed opportunity for some really cool
for sure
Africa Lion King merchandise here. Like, so I was bummed because I was making him wait because I just felt confident that there would be something.
Yeah.
And there wasn't. But overall, Animal Kingdom was really cool. And at night, the Tree of Life was great. So that was that. We left a little after 7. So it was an earlier night, which was nice. And then the next day was our rest day. So I have video of the giraffes eating right outside our room.
Yeah, we just kind of like we chilled out.
Yeah, we got Mickey waffles in the restaurant at the resort.
Yeah, the Mickey waffles.
They were good.
So good. And I took the boys while you and Gigi napped.
I didn't nap. What?
Cats are
going crazy.
Yeah.
No, she took a nap. I just finished, I think, getting ready. Because we were just planning on going to see another resort. I had wanted to, like, before we had left. It's like, I want, our rest day, I want to check out different resorts. Like, in my mind, I wanted to check out, like, 2 or 3. It was very clear that wasn't going to happen. Things just take longer with the baby. She needs a nap. Then I need to feed her. And da-da-da.
So we walked around and checked out the resort, the Animal Kingdom Lodge, and found the arcade, spent some time there, and checked out the pool. I think you did go swimming.
That was later.
With the boys.
That was later.
Oh, okay.
So after Georgia woke up from her nap, we took the shuttle or the bus to Hollywood.
Yes.
And on there we got on the Skyliner because that was another thing. I was like, I want to ride the Skyliner.
Yeah.
I really if you ask me, like, what's something that we could bring over to Disneyland, the Skyliner. Like, if you could take the Skyliner from Disneyland over to California.
Or like I guess Disneyland Hotel has a monorail.
Yeah, the monorail's right there.
But yeah.
But between the two parks.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing between the two parks.
Yeah.
Like it would be really short. But they have stops in the Skyliner. They have stops at different resorts. They have stops at Epcot. There's different. So like if they had one from back at like Toontown over to, I don't know, Hollywood Boulevard or something, and then one from, to the hotel. Anyways, the Skyliner was really cool. It was cool. Like, I really liked it.
And then we checked out the Riviera, which is beautiful.
Oh man, it's a newer resort. It was so nice and really neat. They had like in this bar area, lounge area, they had like Walt Disney's original Mickey Mouse plush.
Oh yeah.
And like his original hat, like his not original hat, but yeah, a hat of was it like the hat he was wearing when he came to
Something
California
like
or
that,
something
yeah.
crazy like that? Yeah, so they had those on display. We ate there. Not
lunch.
at,
Yeah.
there's the like Topolino's or something like that. That, I forget, I'm saying it wrong, but that I've seen since. And I'm like, oh man, I want to try to get, if you and I go, reservation there. It seems like they have good breakfast. But we had lunch. It was good. It was, I can't remember what it's called, and I could look it up, but I'm not going to take the time to.
And we made the mistake.
The very horrible mistake.
We made the mistake of checking out the DVC, Disney Vacation Club.
Why we do this to ourselves?
I know. But it was, we'd take you on the tour. They'd take you to the model rooms, and this is what you could have, and for this many points. And
well, and for us,
they were
for
like,
a family,
let's do it.
Let's do it.
Go.
We're doing it. We're doing
Credit
it.
card right here.
We're like, yeah, send us all the info. So, and for us, so a family of 6, right? And in order, we didn't talk about the fact that we moved our dates, right?
No,
So
not really.
we had our original dates for like end of January. Then we weren't feeling super comfortable because it was
Omicron.
height of Omicron, and so we pushed it.
And we were originally staying at the Port Orleans.
Port Orleans. New Orleans.
New Orleans.
And so we're like, we're going to push it. But it was extremely difficult to find other dates that worked with our schedules and stuff.
So I woke up at 3 a.m. because it's at 6 a.m. They released new reservations for the hotel reservations. That's Adrienne is doing an Instagram story while we're
right now.
doing this. So I woke up at 3 a.m. West Coast time, and because we had a pretty good deal with our first reservation, the room fit our size of family.
It was a suite, not a suite.
It was a 5th sleeper. So it had enough for 5 beds, and then we had Georgia who would go in the bassinet. And so Animal Kingdom pops up for around the same price, and I'm like, oh, you're asleep, and so I was like, I just gotta book this.
And this was the one, like, for years we have been talking about going to Disney World, and we 3 years ago when we realized that they were going to be having their 50th, we were like, how cool would that be? Like, that gives us a few years to save, like, to go for the 50th.
Yeah.
The boys will be older, and we didn't know Georgia was going to be around, but like the boys will be a little older, like that would be great. And I was like, I would love to stay at Animal Kingdom Lodge for Noah.
Yeah.
Like, this sounds like it was the whole trip was for Noah, but like, well, Animal Kingdom Day just was, okay?
Yeah.
Like, and because I know so now that I've listened to so many other Disney World podcasts, I hear about all kinds of other resorts. We didn't know anything about Disney World, like anything. It's like I had just seen that one, so I was like, okay, cool. I really didn't know anything.
Yeah.
And so,
we were I was excited. I was like, oh, I just gotta book this, and the only thing is that it's big enough for 4 people instead of 6. So it was a small room.
And if we hadn't gotten this with other things in our schedule and things, we wouldn't have been able to go. One, we would have lost out on, because we got our plane tickets on our credit card points. We've been saving up points for years. We would have lost a bunch of those just with fees that they were going to charge us if we had to cancel. And then we wouldn't have been able to go until like maybe the fall or something. Like, it just wasn't working out.
Yeah.
So if we didn't take this, we were going to have a major loss.
Yeah. So we did it, and I mean, yeah, it was great. I think it worked out great, and it was a lot of fun, and it was a great
but it was
resort. It was so small
tight.
For 5 people and a baby. It was extremely tight, very small.
Yeah.
But they upgraded us to a view room. 'Cause I got a standard room for us, and so they upgraded us to a view room. So we had a balcony looking out over the animals, and so that was cool.
But we come from that tight room to touring a 2-room
Yeah, it was a
double suite.
It was a double suite.
Double suite fitting up to 10 people. It could fit up to 10 people. Had a full kitchen, dining area, like full table.
Had like 3 bathrooms or something like crazy like that. Maybe 2 bathrooms.
It was just too bad, but they were nice, like so nice, way nicer than our
one
house.
bathroom had 2 showers. That's what it was.
Yes, one bathroom had 2 showers. So it's like the boys would be able to have basically their own hotel room.
Yeah.
And then we would have a room that was like a little condo. Like it had a kitchen, it had a dining area, then a separate bedroom.
It was a deluxe studio connected to a 1 bedroom.
Yes, and then we'd have like a little pull out for Georgia. Like it would be amazing.
It was beautiful. It was beautiful.
It was so nice. So we made the mistake of doing that, and then we're like, yeah, let's get it. No.
One day.
Well, and then the guy's like going to email you all the numbers, and then so we go back to our room, Animal Kingdom. We take the Skyliner back again. Love the Skyliner. I take the boys swimming, and you got Georgia down for our second nap. And you were gonna crunch the numbers.
That's right.
Okay, wait.
As I was resting my foot.
Does anyone? Oh, that's right. Your foot was really hurting. We were walking around. It was hot this day too. It was
hot.
super hot.
Yeah.
And your foot was hurting. And I want to see if anyone knows. Crunch them again. What's that from? Did it help?
Same. It's The Office.
No, I was doing those.
Oh.
You're coming on my.
Oh. I didn't.
Something.
Well,
I don't know.
You didn't say that. You didn't say, "Hey, listeners, guess what this is?"
Because I was just so excited to.
No. Yeah.
Okay,
Crunch the
anyways.
numbers. The numbers did not crunch in our favor.
Didn't crunch in our favor. No, we are not DVC owners at this point.
No.
But so yeah, I took the boys down to the pool. It was super crowded, and I was like, not feeling great about it. But we ended up doing it. There, needed the life jacket from Boston, and there was only big ones, and it was just like I just get down there, and I was like, not.
Because when I took the boys down there earlier, when we were walking around, there was hardly anybody in the pool.
It was packed, and I just wasn't feeling it. But I let them swim for a bit. There was the water slide. Let them go down that, and Boston was able to, so that was cool.
Yeah.
'Cause I was assuming they'd have a height requirement because when we stay at your parents' timeshare, they have a water slide there, and there's a height requirement, and Boston is too small. They also don't allow parents to go with anyone shorter. I saw a couple parents go with their kids, but I saw like little kids. There was no height requirement.
Yeah.
And there was also no one. I mean, there was lifeguards, but no one like at the bottom of the stairs for the slide, like, controlling it at all. But so yeah, they had fun with that, and then went back to the room. I think we were just gonna get dinner. Went to the arcade. I think we got food. You went down and got food, just at the restaurant. And then. Yeah.
I think that's it. Yeah.
And then we went to the arcade for a little bit, went to bed because the next day was Epcot. I'm sorry that this is going to drive you crazy when you're editing. You're going to hear my foot on the chair. It's going to drive you crazy. Yeah, so the next day was Epcot. You guys, we don't have time to get into Epcot. We talk way too much.
Yeah, we're already about almost an hour now. So we're like, we can get 2 parks into one, at least an hour. No.
And I thought because there wasn't that much, but no way. And Epcot, I don't think we'll be able to. Then after Epcot, so the day after, so we had our rest day. Next day was Epcot. Day after that was our park hop day. We did the morning in Hollywood, went back to the room for a little bit. Then the evening at Epcot. Mm-hmm. And then the last day was Magic Kingdom. And we're coming up on going to Disneyland here in a few weeks. And so, we'll have that recap. I like recap episodes. I like listening to them because it's kind of, it pumps me up for my next trip and like also gets me through. Like just listening to like details about the park, you're like, oh, that's right. Oh yeah, I love that. I like doing that too. Oh yeah, it's gonna have to be a separate.
Yeah.
I really thought maybe we could combine these.
Yeah.
Well, we did technically. We combined 2 days. We
The rest
combined
day.
Animal Kingdom and the rest day.
Yeah.
Definitely recommend if you do Disney World, do a rest day. We needed it.
Yes. Yeah, that was I saw that somewhere, or did you recommend that? Someone
We both kind of I saw it somewhere. I read it somewhere, and then your coworker who goes all the time recommended it, and we both. I read it the same day she recommended it to
That's
you,
right.
and then we like talked about it. We're like, hey,
Yeah.
we should do a rest day.
yeah, it's because when we go to Disneyland, we usually go. The longest we usually go is like 4 days, and usually by the
And
third day,
not 4 full days. We'll do like
No.
3 days and then a half day.
yeah, but usually by the third day we are tired.
Yeah.
So when you think about going to Disney World for a week, going full, every day,
Especially when you haven't gone before and you're wanting to do it all,
Yeah.
or if you don't go often or whatever. Like, it's your days are long.
yeah, yeah. By our Animal Kingdom day, we were
Yeah. Well, and knowing now
Exhausted.
that Animal Kingdom was the most walking,
Yeah.
so it was like we're done. We definitely needed the rest day. It was nice. I would have loved to be able to like go check out some, if it was just us, check out some more resorts. And like the boardwalk too. I'd love to check
Yeah.
that out, but that can be for an adults only trip someday.
But yeah, I think we did an Animal Kingdom Lodge. It was fun, but I don't think we'll go back there.
No, one, it's a deluxe.
Yeah,
It
a
just
deluxe
worked out.
resort.
We got a good rate for the dates that worked out with everything else, with a good flight, because we were trying to match up a good rate at a hotel with a good rate for our flights, because we had to change our flights. So it was a juggling act.
Well, I think that, but the rooms are smaller, and it's just farther away from everything.
Because Animal Kingdom, if you're doing at least let's just say 6 days, like what we did, you're gonna double up on some parks.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you need to double up on Animal Kingdom. If you really were like, oh, but I gotta ride Flight of Passage again, or I gotta do the safari one more time, and you just love animals, you could do like that would be it. You're not gonna spend even probably a day and a half at Animal Kingdom, maybe like half a day, because we didn't even need to go back.
No, we didn't.
If we would have stayed and not gone back at around 2, we could have been done at that park around 4.
Yeah,
So a day at Animal Kingdom is plenty, in my opinion.
yeah,
So staying at Animal Kingdom Lodge, it's close to Animal Kingdom, but it's the farthest from Magic Kingdom. It's not too far from Epcot and Hollywood. It's like a 10-minute bus ride, I'd say, but it's like a 25 or so minute ride from Magic Kingdom. So yeah, it's far. I'd like to stay next time we go. I want to stay at a resort that has a Skyliner, because not the Skyliner does not go to all the resorts. But if you stay on at a resort on Skyliner, then you can get on that to go to Epcot or Hollywood.
Yeah.
It doesn't go to Animal Kingdom. It doesn't go to Magic Kingdom. But you don't have to take the bus. You can take the Skyliner. So I really want to do that
yeah.
when we go.
Probably the Riviera.
I would love to. I mean, it's our 15th. We're planning on going for our 15th anniversary.
All out. Going
so
all out.
I think, or
Open the checkbook.
Grand Floridian. Grand Floridian is right in front of Magic Kingdom. It's like there's this, would you call that a lake, a pond? What would you call that body of water?
I think a lake. Yeah.
A lake.
Yeah.
And there's 3, the Polynesian, Grand Floridian,
And
then the
contemporary.
Contemporary. But then there's those lodges. There's those like, well, that's the Polynesian, huh? With like
I think so. I don't know.
hut things.
Yeah.
Anyways, that they're like on the water, but the Grand Floridian is like super
That's like the equivalent to the Grand Californian.
or nicer.
Well, I mean,
I
it's
think
like
it's
it's like
nicer.
the top tier. Like
Yes,
Grand
yeah,
California is
yeah.
the top tier at Disneyland.
Right.
Grand Floridian is the top tier at Disney World.
Yeah, I want to go there at least for like dinner or drinks or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think we'll stay there. But yeah, I'd like to see if we can stay at Riviera.
All right. Well, we should probably wrap this up.
All right. Oh
All
my
right.
gosh.
So
Longer than I thought.
I know, but I just want to leave you all with this.
I knew it. be stuck in my head now.
Greatest rides, Disney World.
This is the Navi River journey, if you didn't guess.
All right,
But
well,
thanks
that's
for leaving us with that.
no problem. I just have to. It's a running joke for this trip. So, all right.
All right.
Make sure to follow us on Instagram at
Yes.
dreaming.disneyof.podcast.
What? That was totally wrong. Just put it in the
Okay,
in the notes.
It's in the show notes.
And yeah.
Leave a review too, wherever you listen to us.
Yeah.
Spotify,
Also,
Apple Podcasts.
any questions, you can leave us a message on Instagram. Tips, questions, or just like questions like our, what's our favorite ride, or what's our favorite land, or favorite snack, or any fun questions you have. Like if you could make a ride out of any movie.
Yeah.
That's not already a ride. What
Also,
movie would you pick?
I want to give a shout out to our one listener in Germany.
Hey, buddy.
What's up, Germany? Thanks for listening. You listen to almost every single episode. So, if
That's
you're
pretty cool.
Yeah, so that's pretty awesome. So, just message us on Instagram so we know who you are.
Yeah.
'Cause that's
dreaming.of.disney.podcast.
podcast. There you go. All right. End it there.
Right.
We'll see you on the flippity flop.
Oh, please cut that out too. More for you to edit.
Who knows? Maybe I'll leave this in.
You probably will.
Yeah.
It'll be like, We always listen to it in the car because the boys always want to know what we talk about. So
Yeah.
we're one of those listeners.
All right. Thanks for listening. We'll talk later.
Bye. I'll talk